This is Gepetto. JP. Nah, neither. This is Gangplank, a late game monster, ex-part-time worker of SpongeBob, who loves to go on holiday to Valencia. He's a liar, a murderer, and one of the hardest champions in the game. Are you up to the challenge, Sea-Dog? Wanna main Gangplank?
Paint the docks in their blood.
First of all, you need to be confident when playing Gangplank. I don't want excuses. No excuses, sir! You're a pirate or not? Sea-Dog, we're gonna dominate lane. No, but do not counter me. Well, bad example, he does run you over. But what is your skill for all the matchups, eh? Do I have to throw you to Vilmo? I assume if you won't main Gangplank, it's because you don't like to get scammed 1300 gold like other champions. Yes, I'm talking to you, QSS. Your favorite vitamin is C? Or you just want to one-shot people from across the map? Gangplank is a champion if you're looking for a challenge. He needs better decision making, mechanics, and understanding of your capabilities than the average champion. As a less example, if you don't look at the minimap enough, you're going to be losing a lot of value in your R. So maybe a more selfish character is for you. But how do you main Gangplank?
More powder!
Lore-wise, Gangplank has many enemies. Swain wants him torn apart because Gangplank stole the Leviathan, Swain's personal warship. The Order of the Shadows also want him dead as he ransacked the Temple of the Jackknife. Misfortune hates him because Gangplank killed her mother, and Ilaoi hates him because he will not stop sending her DM. Gangplank for many years has been seen as a sign of horror and an unstoppable pirate. His black sails cause panic even among the fiercest pirates. Despite all his enemies, no one has ever managed to kill or capture Gangplank. He loves seeing his reward increasing and makes sure he posts his own bounty on the board of Bildgewater, so everyone sees how amazing he is when he comes back with a ship full of relics. You may notice Gangplank nowadays has a metal arm. This happened due to Misfortune blowing up his ship and killing all his crew in front of all Bildgewater, and Gangplank managed to survive with many visible scars and losing an arm. Now everyone saw that even Gangplank bleeds. All Parrrley's crew on Bildgewater start a war to control the city as Gangplank is not suited anymore. Now healed and with his metal arm, Gangplank is set to regain control of Bildgewater once again and punish all those who turn against him. Moving into his abilities, you should know Gangplank has his own currency, which probably has more value than the pound, silver serpents. You gain them through killing enemy units with his Q or with his E if it was set up by his Q. This will let you buy upgrades for his R through the game, which will be talked later. As Gangplank damage comes mainly from his barrels, we will start with them. Big Boom is Gangplank's E. You can store periodically between 3 to 5 kegs. Kegs last for 25 seconds and can be connected to each other if they overlap the radius. The keg has 3 health points but loses 1 every few seconds, staying at 1 health. Powders can be hit by enemies or yourself. If an enemy kills it, it will be disabled. If you're Parrrley or you attack it, it will explode, slowing enemies, dealing bonus physical damage to champions and ignoring 40% of the target's armor. An enemy can only be hit once per chain. If the powder keg critically strikes, it deals 10% more damage on top of the crit damage. Powders grant sight for 2 seconds when exploding, and you only need to explode 1 keg to explode all the connected ones. If your Q triggers the keg, the spellblade damage will be converted into explosion damage, buffing your E damage, also increasing the damage of chain keg. Here you can see how each complete spellblade item applies the damage to the keg. Gangplank's passive is Witch Hunt. When Gangplank successfully burns someone with his passive, he gains bonus movement speed for 2 seconds. Additionally, every time a powder keg explodes, he gains this bonus move speed and resets his passive cooldown timer. If you auto-attack someone burned already, the damage will stack rather than difference the duration. Parrrley is Gangplank's Q. Gangplank fires a shot which applies on hit effects and on attack at full effectiveness as a range attack. This ability can also critically strike. If this ability kills its target, Gangplank gains bonus gold and silver serpents. If a powder keg is set to explode by his Q, all enemies killed by the powder keg will apply the bonus gold and silver serpents upon killing of each enemy. An orange a day keeps the doctor away is Gangplank's W, colloquially also known as just use the orange. You can tap this ability to cleanse yourself from all crown control and heal yourself a flat amount plus 13% of your missing health. The power of Citrix is truly amazing. Also be careful as this has some cast time. Your skill order will be Q, E, W. Brimstone's ultimate is Gangplank's R. Gangplank uses an area to fire with his ship, firing 12 waves of cannonballs for 8 seconds. This ability grants sight of the target area, deals magic damage, and applies a 30% slow for 0.5 seconds to enemies. Your silver serpents can be used to upgrade this ability up to 3 upgrades for a cost of 500 serpents each. All these upgrades are on top of the base waves we just mentioned. The first upgrade is Death's Total. A large cannonball is shot to the center of the ability, dealing true damage within the impact and slowing enemies by 60% for 1.5 seconds. The second upgrade is Fire at Will. You will fire 6 extra waves, increasing the fire rate and waves to 18. The Third and last is Raise Morale. Allies within the cannonballs area will gain 30 bonus move speed, lingering for 2 seconds. Your upgrade order will always be Fire at Will first, then you can choose between utility or damage. The most common order I've seen is Fire at Will, followed by Raise Morale, followed by Death's Dota. The problem with the last one is the consistency. You can hit the center without missing or being dodged. Most, if not all of your games, you will start with a Corruption Potion as you're very mana hungry, especially if you spam Q a lot. This gives you extra sustain alongside your W and Dwelling Power with its burn damage. I want to make this clear before I start listing items. You always want your Shin item first. Forget about anyone saying lethality and C-rated first, it's better, if there's anyone saying that. Or Prowler first, always do Shin item. For your first pack, you want to of course get Shin, unless you have been forced into an earlier pack, then you can get Dorans or Boots. Any of these three are good even if combined. If you go for Muramana, you can grab it now as well, of course, meaning TR. For your first item, you will get either Essence River or Trinity Force, although Divine Sunderer can also be an option. Trinity Force is a more well-rounded build with different branches you can go, and provides tankiness. Its counter options, Essence River, usually for a full offensive build. We will start with Essence River build path as it is the simplest. Going to do Essence River into Prowler's Claw or Dash Blade of Draktar against heavy auto attackers teams to help with survivability as they won't be able to click on you. Then you're gonna do Defensive Boots or Lucidity Boots, following by an Infinity Edge and finishing with Namori Quick Blades. For the Trinity build pass, we got the Bruiser path, which is Trinity Force, followed with a Hullbreaker, Defensive Boots, a Death Dance, Ravenous Hydra, and Cerebral Scourge. If you fancy to stay tanky but you feel you're not dealing enough damage, maybe this build path is more for you. You will start again with Trinity into Hullbreaker, followed by Defensive Boots, but then you're gonna do a Lord Dominic's Regards, a Mortal Reminder, and an Infinity Edge. Another alternate, a bit less tanky, is Trinity Force into Collector or Muramana, followed by a Mortal Reminder, an Infinity Edge, and finishing with Nabari Quick Blades. Choose a traditional item for any of the builds I have mentioned. This includes the Essence River and the Trinity Force. Will be a Serpent Fangs, a Randuin Omens, a Frozen Heart, a Sonic Hourglass, a Umbra Glaive, a Mothmall Mortius, and a Gangplank Chainsword. If you're split between the Collector or Lord Dominic's, the rule of thumb is Collector if the enemy is not building armor nor health, or you need to snowball. Otherwise, just build Lord Dominic's because it damages the Collector. For your AP build, because I know there's gonna be some AP fans on here, you're gonna start with Lich Bane because always Shin item first, followed by a Liandry or a Night Harvester, followed by Defensive Boots, Ionian or Sorks, then you have Cosmic Drive, Sonias or Magi's, and finishing with a Demonic Embrace or Rabadons. For your situational items for the AP build, you got Archangel Staff, Morello Nomicon, Void Staff, Banshee's Veil, and Horizon Focus. And because I know you want it, was the Gangplank build. Well, it's a Frostfire Gallant or a Sunfire of Aegis, followed by Defensive Boots, any Hydra item of your choice, then a Mothmall Mortius or a Death Dance or a Randuin, followed by a Spirit Visage or a Deadman's Blade, and to end the build you will do an Athamia's Chains. For your situational items for Gangplank, we got Hullbreaker, Sterax, Black Cleaver, Forces of Nature, and Abyssal Mask. Now moving to your runes, you can have mini attack speed as training wheels if you need help to pop the barrels. And for your actual runes, the tanky route is going to be Grasp of the Undying, followed by Demolish, Bone Plating, and Overgrowth. On your secondaries, you're gonna use Transcendence and Gathering Storm. And on your minis, you're gonna do AD, and Armor. For a damage and gold runes oriented, you're gonna go First Strike, Perfect Timing, Futures Market, Time Warp Tonic. Secondaries is either Transcendence and Gathering Storm, or Demolish and Bone Plating, and for your minis you're going to do AD and Armor. For a full damage or your standard AP build, or your A rampage basically, you're going to go Dark Harvest, followed by Taste of Blood or Chip Shot, then Ivor Collection, followed by a Treasure Hunter or Ultimate Hunter if going AP or playing jungle, and on your secondaries you're gonna do Gathering Storm and Mana Flow Ban, followed by AD and Armor. Finally, for Gangplank, you're gonna do Grasp, Demolish, Conditioning, Overgrowth, Tenacity Last Stand, AD and Armor. For your summon spells, you can Flash TP, Flash Ignite into favorable matchups, or Flash Exhaust into matchups that will burst you down. Now moving to his combos, you should see how I have this written down, looks like mathematic formulas. For his passive combos, you have Empower Auto Attack a Champion, Q your barrel, and then Empower Auto Attack your champion again. Then you have Place a Barrel, Empower Auto Attack a Champion, Auto Attack the barrel, Q the barrel, and then Empower Attack the champion again. At level 7, because you will have more attack speed and more items, you can put the barrel again, Emperor auto-attack the champion, then you, instead of auto-attacking the barrel, you attack the champion, then you Q the barrel, and then you auto-attack the champion, I'm so glad I'm displaying this to you, so it's a bit less confusing. And then at level 13, again for the same reason, because you will have your E maxed out, I believe. You can E, empower attack the champion, Q the barrel, empower attack the champion, out attack the champion, yeah? And then for your keg combos, phantom kegs are when you place one in a bush and let it sit there to surprise combo your enemy. So basically you just put an E on the bush, wait, and suddenly boom, and you put another one and haha, they lose half HP. And then to triple barrel, you need to place 2 E's, make them explode with Q, or with E, or with out attack. And then as that is traveling, you need to place the third E. Believe me, it's easier than it sounds. Moving into the tips and tricks, the best way to learn Gangplank is to play aggressively. You can even take Ignite to help you gain confidence, so you know where your limits are. Split pushing is always your best option as Gangplank, because it's a champion who needs a lot of gold. Your power spikes are second item, third item, level 13 and 16. Remember, river, jungle and pits have different altitudes, so your kegs may not connect sometimes in certain radius due to this change on height. Moving into your matchups, your banned matchups are Riven, Azir, Aatrox, Akshan, Lucian, Syndra, Olaf, Orianna, and Tryndamere. And for your easy matchups, you got Galio, Shen, Mordekaiser, Malzahar, Twisted Fate, Annie, and Jax. For his skins we got Original, Spooky, Minuteman, Sailor, Toy Soldier, Special Forces, Sultan, Captain, Dreadnova, Pool Party, FPX, and the Betrayer. And lastly, welcome to the favorite part of my video, Canning Jungle. Well, he can clear a quadrant. I mean, we have seen way worse on this channel before, so I think it's gonna be like a solid up B, probably above Kaisa, because I feel with more items he's gonna like one-shot camps with the barbers. I didn't try it, but he managed to clear a camp. I only need to like put W up. But yeah, decent, you know, I mean, he doesn't have much CC, but why not try it? I mean, we have tried Bane. Well, actually Bane has CC. Senna, oh, has CC. Action! Action doesn't have CC. See, there you have. But yeah, it's alright, you know, if you're bored and you have nothing else to do, he clearly will be able to clear multi-camps with a few items. Probably once you have Shin item, it's like more decent to clear. Nah, I like it. B tier, B tier. And remember, do not blame me, blame the MOA Fire guy I copied the guide from. And if you're looking for another ranged laner to main, why don't you check this? Wanna main action?
The curtain rises. Our performance begins.